Hi, my name's Chris, and I wanted to introduce you to some of the kazoos that I make here at Knobtown Kazoos. Most of the kazoos that I make are based on old originals that are in my collection. This is a original. That's a kazoo that was made in the early 1880s. You can see that it's got a wood body. It's got a metal cover there to protect the membrane, and then it's got a set of instructions. Now the instructions on this particular kazoo are pretty aged, so they're really difficult to read. I was so interested in the old kazoos that I decided to make kazoos, and I decided to start by reproducing those old originals. So this is my version of the original. Here's the original. There's my version. You can see that they're pretty darn close. I took measurements and did my best to try to stay true to the original. So that's a example of a kazoo that I make. But I make lots of varieties. This is one that I make that I'm particularly fond of. It's not based upon any old original, but kind of my ideas on what I think a kazoo ought to look like. I also make vocophones and kazoos with amplification devices. So for example, this is an example of an early kazoo with an amplification device, a paper mache cone with a wooden insert to hold the kazoo. Some of these old vocophones have a kazoo insert that doesn't come out. It pulls out a little bit in case you needed to change the membrane on it, but it's designed to stay in there. So that's an old example of a reproduction of a vocophone. I make zobos, wooden zobos, the earliest zobos, and I can make just about any kind of kazoo that you might be interested in. So if you want to talk about something, send me a note and we'll see what we can come up with. Thanks.